What's up guys, and welcome back to Software Solutions, and today we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone Season 4. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Call of Duty Warzone Season 4 is here, it's out, it's being played right now, and I made sure to go actually into the game to find out what they did, what they changed, and go very in depth and in detail with the settings you're going to be using to get better FPS in this game. Now just stay with me, follow my guidelines, and you should be good to go. This video is going to be a little bit longer than usual, but bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, these steps are very, very important to take. If you want to connect with me social-wise, all you need to do is go ahead and follow me and just go ahead and add me over here. It's very easy, very simple to do. The more people, the better. If I get 10k followers, I can go live. I can interact with all my people that is subscribed to my YouTube channel. You know, I can make you as a multi-guest. We could play games together, whatever the case might be. TikTok is the way to go right now. There's billions of people on TikTok. If you're one of them, just go ahead and follow me. Just click that follow button and we should be good to go. And we can start making content together and all that type of nice things if you want to do so. Alright, so Call of Duty Warzone Season 4 is here, and a lot of people obviously are going to be getting stuff like FPS loss, game crashing, you know, just random shit happening with Call of Duty. That's just a thing, and we all know about it. Alright, so the first thing I highly recommend you go ahead and do is, if you see this over here, which is your file explorer, documents like this, and then go to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, go to players, and then go to the advanced options right here. You're going to open this up. I'm just going to double click on it, and then this one over here where it says render worker count. This is a very, very important thing to do for Season 4. It does help for Season 4. I tried it out myself. I tried it taking it back to its default settings and then changing it back to half my cores, and it works perfectly fine. Cutting it into half my cores. So I put 4 here. So if you are running a 12 core machine, make it 6. If you're running a 8 core machine, make it 4. If you're running anything higher, it's just half the cores of your CPU at the very moment. If you're running a 4 core machine, put it on 2. So just half the cores of your CPU that you're currently running right now. It can be an AMD, it can be an Intel, it can be a Ryzen, whatever the case might be. Half the cores of your CPU that you're currently running. It makes the game run much smoother, especially right now for Season 4. Alright, all you need to do once you've changed it to half your cores, you click on File, and all you're going to do is click Save. Don't click Save As, just click Save, and then close out of this. Once you are done with that, you're going to close out of this completely. You're going to go to your desktop like this. You're going to right click on your desktop and open up Nvidia control panel. Now this is something I would like to show you guys. Okay, so adjust image settings with preview. I'm going to show you this. This is for Nvidia users. So if you're a Nvidia user, stay tuned and watch what I'm going to do inside here. Okay, so it tells you here, use the advanced 3D image settings, right? Then it tells you take me there, use the advanced 3D image settings, right? Make sure you click on this and then say apply. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do right now. And it's going to help you for your Call of Duty Warzone. All right. From here, you go to manage 3D settings, right? 3D image settings. Take me there, which is going to take you to this. All right. Now, in a lot of my videos, I actually say that you shouldn't change your global settings. You should just go to select program and then obviously select Call of Duty and then change the things for Call of Duty. You are going to do this for your global settings, and this is why I'm doing the global settings. This is going to be for all your games, and it's going to make the games much, much better on your machine. Now all you need to do is follow my steps over here. So just follow these over here. So this is very important. The CUDA GPUs, you're not going to select all. You're just going to select your graphics card and say OK. Alright, you're going to scroll a little bit down, and then where it says OpenGL rendering GPU, you are going to select this. It's not going to be on auto select. Don't put it on that. Select your graphics card that you're currently running. Okay, this one over here, power management mode. So you're going to go to prefer maximum performance. This one over here. So you want to put it on maximum performance, so it gives you all the juice of your power out of your machine straight into your games. I highly recommend you go ahead and do this. Alright, you're going to scroll all the way down where it says virtual sync. You're going to click on this and you're going to take this and put it on off. I highly recommend you go ahead and do so. If you want to cap your FPS and you feel you do better FPS by you putting it on, then go ahead and put it on. It's your own personal preference, but for me, I put it on off and I'm good to go. Alright, this one you keep on 1, you keep this on off, and then this one over here is a very, very important step. This one over here. Depending on the machine that you are running, if you're running a low-end gaming PC to a mid-tier gaming PC, I highly recommend changing this from quality to performance. Alright, If you're running a beast of a machine, you can go ahead and put this on high quality, but don't do it because you're going to lose FPS in the first place, is because that's why you're watching this video. I highly recommend putting this on performance, or you put it on high performance. That's what you're going to do with low-end gaming PCs to mid-tier gaming PCs. So it depends on the machine that you're currently running, alright? Once you're done with that, you're just going to say apply, config, surround, and physics. You're going to select this one over here. So you're not going to select auto select, you're not going to select CPU, because if you select auto select, it's going to change between your CPU and your GPU, and it's going to conflict with one another, and you don't want that. You want to use your GPU. You're just going to say apply to that, alright, and it's going to say apply changes just like this. Now adjust desktop color and settings. This is for people out there that doesn't want to use Nvidia filters, because Nvidia filters intend to make you lose FPS. Yes, it makes your game look good, but it intends to make your FPS lower inside the game. Right, so you're going to click on image 3 over here, and you're going to put this all the way down, and you'll see how it makes it black and white. Alright, depending on the monitor that you're running, or the display that you're running, is going to depend on where your sweet spot is to make this look better, to make the digital vibrance look better. Now, what it's going to do is, it's not going to change it for Call of Duty Warzone alone. It's going to change it for every single Call of Duty that you play, and every single game that you're going to be playing. My sweet spot is 85. Find your sweet spot. Yours might be higher, yours might be lower. Just find your sweet spot, and it will make the games and everything look much, much better. Once you're done with that, you're going to say apply. If you have multiple monitors, you can actually do with this with multiple monitors. As you can see, I have multiple monitors. I have my other ones as 80 and 80, and then my one that I play my games on is on 85, because that little 5% actually helps a lot with when I play my games and how the games look. So once you're done with that, you're going to apply all these settings. And if you're not happy with these settings, if you're not happy, okay, it's very simple to do. If you're not happy with these settings and you don't feel that it's doing anything for you, you can just say reset to defaults. It will reset it to defaults. But trust me, ladies and gentlemen, these settings that I just showed you now, it's going to make your game run so much better. Right, the next step you're going to need to do is go to the search button over here and type in settings, just like this, and press enter, and you're going to go to update and security and make sure that your Windows is up to date. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please keep your Windows up to date on a regular basis. It's highly recommended to do. If you're running Windows 10, Windows 11, whatever Windows you are running, keep your Windows up to date on a regular basis. Alright, you're going to click on home. Once you're done with that, you're going to go to privacy, and you're going to scroll all the way down to where it says background apps. Now, if you've never seen this before, or you're a YouTube subscriber of mine and you've seen this, then you know this. But if you're not and you're brand new to my channel right now, go ahead and turn this off, because all of these things run in the background. It uses your hard drive, SSD, or M.2, whatever you are running. It uses your RAM, and it also uses your CPU in the background while you are playing Call of Duty, or any game in fact. So go ahead and turn this off. Once you're done with that, you go to home, and you're going to go to gaming mode over here and go to gaming mode. Right, this one over here, a lot of people has asked me, should I turn it on or should I turn it off? Okay, so let me explain this to you. If you put this on and you're getting better FPS and a much better experience in your game, or stable frame rate, then you can go ahead and leave it on, okay? But if you put this off and you still do the exact same FPS, you get a stable gameplay and everything's fine, then go ahead and leave it off. I leave mine off personally because I've not seen any, drastic increase with FPS or anything like that, because this is just a button. It does not mean that you're going to switch it on and it's going to make everything just better. That's not how it works. Maybe for other games, but not Warzone. Warzone is completely fucked, and we all know it. So it's your own personal preference depending on how you feel about it when you go into your game. I keep mine off. Now, once you're done with this, you go to graphics settings over here, and you're going to go to this over here where it says hardware accelerated GPU scheduling, and you're going to turn this on. Now, don't worry, I know a lot of people don't have this option at all. A lot of people don't have this option at all. So what you're going to do is you're going to switch this on. If you do have this option, switch it on. It's going to ask you to restart your computer. Trust me, it works wonderful if you have this on. Alright, you're going to add your Call of Duty inside here. It's very easy to do. As you can see, I already have mine over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove it, and I'm going to add it again and show you how to do it. You go to browse over here, and you're going to go where your Call of Duty is installed. Alright, my Call of Duty is installed over here, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and you're going to click on the exe file, not the launcher, the exe file, which is the largest file over here, and you're going to say add. Call of Duty is now added. As you can see, it's the exe file. You go to options, you go to high performance, and let it select your graphics card. So you're forcing your computer to select your graphics card with every single thing. The power options, the settings in Windows, everything is going to select your graphics card instead of going to your RAM, your CPU, or just all over the place. You don't want your machine to do that. Go to save and you should be good to go. Now, I do this with a lot of games. You can add a lot of games inside here and then go to options. Just make sure it's the exe file and put it on high performance. Make sure that it uses your GPU that you're currently running. It could be an AMD machine, it could be a Nvidia machine, whatever the case might be. Add your graphics card inside here. A lot of people has asked me, does it do anything? Trust me, it does. Alright, once you're done with that, you're going to go back once and you're going to go to the home page over here and you're going to go to personalize. Alright, you're going to go to color like this. I highly recommend you change your windows. If you are running your windows like this, sorry for the flashbang, if you are watching this at night, right? So if you're running your windows like this, I highly recommend changing this. Please do go from light to dark. Because if you run your game or your PC in general and you run your games and everything on your Windows in light mode, it uses resources of your GPU, CPU, and your RAM. Put transparency effect off and choose any color you like here. I like to use this little thing called storm. It looks like this. I can still see what I need to do over here, but if you can't see and you're a little bit, you use glasses or whatever the case might be, you can just select a color. It's very easy to do and it will look like this. So just go ahead and select a color. Mine's storm. It's my personal thing. I keep everything dark and it makes my PC much, much better. Alright, now I'm going to go out of this. I'm going to show you something very, very important for people out there that uses Msi Afterburner. If you do not use Msi Afterburner, I'm going to recommend you go and download it and get it for yourself. Alright, I'll leave a link in the description down below. There is a new version out right now, so go ahead and download it. I'm going to open up my Msi Afterburner and I'm just going to show you. This is my Msi Afterburner that I'm currently running. Alright, so as you can see, like I said, I have an Nvidia GeForce RTX 2060 OC. No, it's not the best graphics card in the world. It's not a 30 series or whatever the case might be, but I do a lot of frames by using this program and it helps a lot. Trust me, it does. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go very in detailed with this season because you're going to need it. Trust me, you are going to need it. Okay, so number one is if yours is unlocked like this or it's the first time you are using this program, I highly recommend that you keep this unlocked and then you start tweaking things inside here. Okay, the first two things you're going to do with your GPU, and it's safe, don't worry, you are safe, don't worry. Every single GPU out there right now, from the 10 series, even a bit lower, and all the way up to the best series like the 30 series and all that, has a safety. So basically, if you overclock your GPU a little bit too much, it will just go back to its default settings. So you should be fine. So just follow my guidelines and you should be good to go. Alright, as you can see, I'm doing about 35 degrees. I do not have the best GPU cooling solution. I have a Gigabyte. It's kind of the worst. MSI makes much better and ROG Strix makes much better cooling solutions for GPUs. But what you can do is if your GPU gets very, very hot, I know AMDs get very, very hot, what you can do is you can go and change your fan speed, alright? But I highly recommend you change these two over here. Change your power limit all the way to the top, your temp limit all the way to the top, and then change your fan speed all the way to about 80, 85, or 90, okay? Then you're going to start going and overclocking your GPU. Now, I highly recommend you take a 25 at a time and use your left right arrows like this, and you can, let's just go 25 each on each of these things. So the core clock and the memory clock, we put it on 25, right? So 25, just like this, 25, make sure that your fan speed is nice and high, and then you're going to select it like this, and then it's very easy to save. You just click save, and this is save. I'm going to put a save on 4, right? And now it's on 4. Then you lock this. Then let's just say here's one of my profiles, there's my other profile, there's my other profile, and this is the profile I just created, right? It's very easy to do and it's very easy to save, okay? Then you want to make one that's going to be for when you are done gaming and you may be watching stuff or you don't use your PC and it's just on or whatever the case might be. You want to make a profile that is not being used with your fan speed very high and your core clock being overclocked, all right? So you're going to make a second profile, all right? This is my first profile for my overclock. I do fan speed of 90. Everything is high, as you can see. I do 100 on the core clock, 100 on the memory clock, and that's my overclock for my machine. I can click on this and then I go play games. Once I'm done playing games, I go to my unoverclocked profile, which is this one over here. 35 on the fan curve, everything's still here is fine, but this is on 0, as you can see. So I click this when I do not game. As you can see, the megahertz go down immediately. If I do the overclock, they will go up. See, 7,000, 5,000, then it goes back to 800, but it will climb as soon as I climb into a game or jump into a game. Alright, so let's go to my non-overclock and do this. Now, I highly recommend you make a overclock and a non-overclock. Please go ahead and do so if you are using a Nvidia graphics card. Okay, so I'm going to select my overclock version, select it, and then all you need to do is minimize it. Do not close it, minimize it, and let it just be in the tray over here or at the bottom. It can also be in your tray, your system tray over there, right? The next step we're going to need to do is go ahead and do this. Go to the search button over here, and then type in run. There's another way of doing this. All you need to do is press the Windows key and R, and then you're going to type in prefetch, just like that, and then you're going to press enter or press OK, just like this. Say continue, click on anything inside here. Now, I highly recommend you do this before you launch into your game. You just press Control and A to highlight everything, and just press delete on your keyboard to delete it. Say do this for all current items and say skip. Windows is currently using this file, so it can't be deleted. Right? Once you're done with that, you go to the search button again and type in run or Windows key and R. Now you're going to type in temp, just like this, just temp, and press enter. Click on anything inside here, press Control and A, highlight everything, right click on it, say delete, and say continue. You're going to delete in every single thing inside here, except if Windows is using something, you can't say try again. It will just keep doing it over and over. You just say cancel, because Windows is currently running that file right there, and then you close out of this. Now we're going to do this once more, but this time we're going to do this. You're going to press Shift 5, type in temp, and then Shift 5 again for the percentage symbol, and then press enter. Click on anything inside here, Control and A to highlight everything, right click on it, and say delete, and you're going to say do this on all current items, and say continue. Delete everything inside here, and then stuff that can't be deleted, you're just going to say skip, because Windows is using all of these files right here. Okay, so there I deleted a lot of things over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my recycling bin and just put it on my desktop, right click on it, and then say empty recycling bin, just like this, and say yes, and then say continue. And that's about almost 4 gigs that I just deleted there, and it's temporary files that your Windows is using that you do not need at all. Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into Battle.net. I'm going to show you the settings that I'm using inside Battle.net, and then from there, I'm going to be showing you the settings I'm using for the latest season of Call of Duty Warzone Season 4, and just follow my guidelines and you should be good to go. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new here. If this worked for you, smash that like button and leave a comment down below. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm in Battle.net right now, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was 25 gigs of an update for Season 4. As we all expected, it's going to be huge, so yeah. Alright, so let's go into the settings. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is go over here and go to Settings over here, and then make sure where it says On-Game Launch and when clicking X, make sure it says Exit Battle.net Completely and Exit Battle.net Completely. Please do this, because when you go and play your game, it's going to exit Battle.net in the background, and it won't run in the background, and it won't use resources like your SSD, your hard drive, whatever you're running your game on, your RAM, your CPU. It doesn't use any resources. So make sure you have this both on Exit Battle.net Completely. Scroll all the way down, and this one over here, make sure you have this unticked. Please make sure you have this unticked, and then say done. Alright, I'm going to jump straight into the game, and let me show you what settings I'm using for Season 4, and let's get straight into that. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are in Call of Duty Warzone right now, and Season 4 is out. We've got Fortune's Keep, we've got Golden Plunder, and we've got Battle Royale. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is go to the option menu over here, and then go to Graphics, and go to Display, and from here you're going to go to this over here where it says Display Mode. Now, I highly recommend playing this in full screen. It's probably the best one that you can use is full screen mode. But I know a lot of people out there use older generation machines or low-end gaming budget laptops. You can change it to full screen borderless or full screen extended window, but I highly recommend putting it in full screen mode for the best input latency. Right? Obviously, that's your monitor, that's your graphics card you're using, and this plays a very big role on the display that you're running. So if you're running a laptop or a gaming display, put it at its refresh rate. This is the resolution that you're currently running your game at. You can change this by just going into the little small block on the left hand side, and you can actually type it in like this. Let's just say 95. 95 still looks good in the game, but I do recommend keeping it at 100% because then you're going to do the resolution of your monitor or your display. So I'm just going to type back into 100 and apply these settings. All right. Once you're done with that, you're going to go to dynamic resolution, disable this, keep it disabled. This you're going to keep at default. And then this one over here, the aspect ratio plays a very big role on certain types of monitors, okay? So I keep mine on automatic because it automatically picks up my monitor that I'm running. I'm running a TV, so I keep it on automatic. But there's a lot of people with ultra wides, so you can go ahead and select which you prefer for your own personal preference. This one is VSync. You're going to disable this to uncap your FPS. If you want to enable it to cap your FPS, it's going to cap it to the refresh rate of your monitor. So 60 Hertz, 120, 240, that's what it's going to cap your FPS to, the refresh rate of your monitor. Now this VSync, what it is basically screen tearing, and it's showing you right there on the right hand side what it does. It's screen tearing. I don't get screen tearing, so I keep mine off. This you're going to keep on unlimited, and then I do highly recommend keeping this at like 60 or maybe 65%, so you can at least see the MW in the middle. There's 3 blocks on the right hand side here. This one over here, make sure you can actually see it. And then from here, you're going to go to this, and this one you're going to keep at 2.2, this disabled, and this one disabled. So you apply, and then from here, you're going to go to this. You're going to go to quality, and then field of view. Field of view plays a very big role in the game depending on your own personal preference. Mine is 120, so I can actually see more on my left and right hand side. But if you want to keep yours like this, or however the case might be, a lot of people have their own personal preference. This plays a very big role. Affected, right? So if you put it on independent, it's going to change it all the way back to 60. ADS, field of view, right? So if you have it in independent and you aim down sight while it's all the way up like this, it's not going to work. Keeping it affected. This one you're going to keep at least this streaming quality at low, texture resolution at normal for the best FPS. This one you're going to keep at normal for the best FPS, or you can put it at low to get a little bit more frames out of your game. Trust me, it does work. Particle quality you're going to keep at low, and then bullet impacts and spray, you can enable this or disable this as your own personal preference depending on how you play your game. I keep mine enabled. I'm Gucci, just like this. All right, tessellation, I keep mine on all. I keep mine on all for Season 4. It actually makes the game look a little bit better for Season 4 right now. Dynamic gore effects, this is not really a thing, right? So you can enable this or disable it. It's your own personal preference. If you want to see people's arms and legs and shit fly off, own personal preference, all right? It's literally your own personal preference, this one right here. Okay, so all, and then this one enabled for me on my own personal preference. All right, on-demand texture streaming, I highly recommend you go ahead and disable this. I highly recommend you go ahead and disable this. You do not need it. Okay, I'm going to talk about restarting shader installation after this. There's a reason why that's there. Okay, so I have mine like this, film strength, all the way up to 1.00 because I have this on quality. As you can see, I'm doing about 124 FPS. So I'm going to put this now on ultra performance. The reason why I'm changing it to ultra performance for Season 4 is because you do more FPS. But don't change the 1.00. Put on ultra performance, say apply, and watch the FPS. The FPS actually climbs higher and looks better, runs better for Season 4. Now, I know a lot of people do not have Nvidia DLSS. Trust me, I know a lot of people don't. Check the FPS. Look what it does when I play around with these settings, okay? Look what it does. It fluctuates all the time. So I'm going to keep it all the way up. Keep it on ultra performance, just like this. This is the way to go for Season 4, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. I had it at quality before for Season 3, but right now, for Season 4, I highly recommend that you go ahead and put it on ultra performance. It's the best for Season 4 right now. And make sure you have this all the way up to the end for 1.00. Okay? This is the best FPS solution, is ultra performance. Now, a lot of people don't have Nvidia DLSS, so you're going to disable it, put this all the way down, and go to anti-analyzing. Put this on SMAA 1 times if you have a low-end gaming PC, or this one over here, which is T2 times, or this one over here, which is the highest one you can go to. Now, it depends on your machine, which one's going to work best for you. Low-end machines, 1 times, and then mid-tier, middle one, high tier, the last one, right? I use Nvidia DLSS myself, so I'm going to put it on ultra performance, put this all the way up, and this is what I'm going to apply my settings to. Depth of field, world motion blur, and then world weapon blur. Disable these. It's a multiplayer game. You do not need it at all. All right. Shadow map resolution, low, this, disabled, this, disabled. These two things play a very big role in your game, so you can enable it to your own personal preference. Particle lighting, low, this, you're going to disable it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You literally don't. You don't need this. If you play single player games, go ahead and do that. All right. Ambient occlusion. Now we're going to apply these settings. Keep these settings like this. And watch the FPS. It's much, much better. It's so much better. It's stronger. Now you're going to click your restart shader installation to apply those settings. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to click on that to apply these settings to get the best performance out of your game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new here, and as always, peace out.